keep it real.
Wagwan, everything Irie? War? Huh. What is it good for? Well, for a start, it sorts out who is the strongest out of the two countries. Also, you get to see some amazing explosions. But there's some people out there who not only don't enjoy the war, but they try to spoil the fun for everyone else. And those chickens is called the UN. We went to New York to meet these player haters. To appreciate the political implications of this next piece, we should point out that the word bell end means the end of a man's beast. I is here standing outside the United Nations of Benetton, which is where representatives from the three corners of the world come to end wars, international drug trafficking, and everything else that is a bit of a laugh. Booyakasha! I is here with the geezer who was the Secretary General of the United Nations. His name be none other than my man, Boutros Ghali, and him will explain about the United Nations, innit? How many countries is in the UN?
If I'm not wrong, according to the last statistics, you must have more than 180 countries.
Is Disneyland a member of the UN?
No, because Disneyland is not an independent state.
Do you think in 100 years' time, Disneyland or Disney World could have a seat?
No. Disneyland is not doing politics. Disneyland is doing...
Well, some of them is, some of them characters.
It is for the young children.
How many languages is spoken at the UN?
You have practically what we called 5 languages.
But which is the funniest language? It's French, isn't it?
Not necessarily. Maybe Arabic is more funny.
Oh, yeah.
It depends to whom.
To you, what was the one that when the delegate went up and started speaking, you was like, man, I got to go to the bar.
I'm not allowed to do this. I'm the Secretary General.
Yeah, but there must have been one when they're going up there, and you just go, hey.
I have to have a poker face like this.
Do you speak French?
Yes.
How do you say shit in French?
Chic.
Shit. Like crap, rubbish.
Ah, oh, de la merde.
How do you spell that?
M-E-R-D-E.
M-A-R-D-E. Thanks for that. We want to say big up yourself, Boutros Ghali. Respect.
Here we are in the Security Council chamber.
Wicked.
On the United Nations. This room was donated by the government of Norway.
All right, safe. So what happens here?
Here, 15 countries that come from different regions of the world discuss about world peace and security.
Safe, respect.
Here is the place where 174 countries that are not members of the Security Council sit and listen. They can only listen.
What's that, Jordan? Ain't it stupid letting one sportsman have his own seat, no matter how, powerful he is?
Well, that is not Michael Jordan. If you're referring to that gentleman, that is the state of Jordan in the Middle East.
Well, that's what you was telling the cameras, but ain't we all equal? Ain't it ridiculous letting one person have the same power as the whole country?
Well, again, it's not the person that is sitting there. It's the government of the state of Jordan from the Middle East.
Is it named after Michael Jordan?
It is not named after Michael Jordan.
Does this country really exist?
Yes, it does.
What's this?
Guinea. It's a country in Africa, the Republic of Guinea.
Is that a real country?
Yeah, it is a real country in Africa. It's quite a large country as well.
With full respect, why do you give crap countries a vote?
Well, that's your opinion of Guinea. That is definitely not shared in this organization.
I was looking around. Where is Africa represented? Don't see it nowhere.
Well, Guinea,
Where? Where's Africa?
this is a country in Africa represented.
So you claim.
This is a earphone used by all of these people that sit here to listen to the meetings in 6 different languages.
Ain't it dangerous though having translators?
Why do you think that? Why do you say that?
Because let's say the translator is a double agent or something like that. He can say, you know, well, dodgy stuff. Like apparently the Vietnam's war was started when Saddam Hussein's got in a translator role, and he was going to send in an email to the president of Thailand and to just ask him for a cup of tea, but the translator role put in something that turned out to like, your mum is a hoe and I's boulder, and the Thai person got well eggy, and then that's what happened. That's how the Vietnam's war started, didn't it?
Well, I'm not sure that your recount of the story is correct. It might very well be, but as far as
Well,
I'm...
that is the word on the street.
Okay,
How does you choose who sits next to who?
it goes in English alphabetical order, from A to Z.
Can you swap if the person next to you is really annoying you?
Can you swap? No, I don't think you can, no. The answer to that is no.
What happens, does you ever separate people if they is mucking around? Like if they is chucking stuff at the president, Kofi?
Well, no, that has never happened, as far as I know, so that has not been a necessity, no.
What's going to be happening here?
At 3 o'clock, there is a meeting taking place here.
In like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yes. A meeting taking place here to discuss the situation in Iraq.
Can we be in the meeting?
No, you can't.
What about-
We can't because
What about just me?
nobody can. No public is allowed here for security reasons.
And where does the boss man sit?
Well, the Secretary General sits right here.
He sit here.
Yes,
Wicked. Can we sit here?
definitely.
Yo, so I could be like here going, yo, check this out. I'll be the Secretary General. Check this out, my peoples.
You could do that.
Yo. I was saying, I was just written that Saddam Hussein is a bell end.
Okay.
Yo, so diggity check yourself before you wreck yourself, because I is here with 4 people who has all thought about something called religion. How powerful is God?
I think there is a power. I think most people at one point or another experience that power. They draw upon something that seems larger than themselves.
Can God do better stuff than David Blaine's?
You're asking God to make square circles, which are impossible either. God can't do impossible things. That's not a limitation on God.
There have
My
always been
assumption.
magicians, and there always will be, and some of them claim to be really producing magic.
So
But-
ain't God just like an overhyped David Blaine's?
No, and a lot of people would find that suggestion very offensive.
Yo, sorry. If God has got all these amazing powers, why don't he flex it every day? Like if you has got it flaunted, like my mate Dave, he's got a 9-incher, he gets it out all the time. God should be showing his powers. Well, let's talk about this man, the main man, the MacDaddy of the Christian thing. What was his name again?
Jesus Christ.
Yo, that's the one geezer with the tash and the sandals and everything.
That's the way he's portrayed in contemporary art, yes.
What day is he meant to have been born on?
We celebrate his birth on the 25th of December.
Ain't that a coincidence that he was born on Christmas Day?
No?
Why did Jesus go around with all them reindeers?
I'm not sure I've seen the same image as you've seen. I think you're confusing him with Santa Claus.
So does Jesus really exist, or is it just your father
Yes.
dressed up?
Yes, Jesus exists as the second person of what we believe to be the triune God.
Is it true that he was born in a stable?
It's possible he was born in those kind of simple circumstances. No room in the inn, that sort
There
of
was
thing.
no room in the...
Yeah.
Well, that's because it was Christmas, isn't it? Let's talk about some rituals. Why does you lot chop one of your nuts off?
Well, you're a little bit off target. It's a foreskin.
But why did you agree to do that? Like, my Julie once asked me to shave my ghoulies, but me said, you know, that me never would because of their second day
Well,
stubble.
I
well,
would
it's
have to
done
say,
when we're 8 days old, so the fact
I-
is before you get a chance to agree.
Let's talk about marriage. Would you ever marry someone who weren't the Jewish?
I wouldn't, and the reason I wouldn't is because the family that I want to create is a family that's going to have Jewish values in it.
What if she was really, really fit, though?
Doesn't matter. That's
What-
not the most important thing in life to me.
What about if Foxy Brown came in here now and said, yo, me want to marry you?
The answer is, if she's not Jewish or not willing to convert to Judaism, she's got her traditions, she's got her way of doing things, she should live her own life and build her own family.
Would you ever marry a Jewish girl?
I've chosen not to marry. I've chosen
What, just to play
a
around?
celibate life,
So how many months has you been celibate?
52 years next
So you
summer.
ain't done it for 50.
That's right. That's right. And I can tell you, there's more to life than sex.
Would you, as a gesture of bringing us together, marry her?
There are other ways of bringing us together than marriage.
What if she was a bit fitter? Would you consider marrying her then?
I am considering marriage not at all.
But people out there, they see people as meant to be religious behaving in an unreligious way. Ain't it hypocritical that so many nuns also work part-time as strippers?
Well, I don't think you can demonstrate that statistically.
Yo,
That's
what-
an absurd statement that you've just made.
No, it ain't. I has been at my mate Ricky C's 21st, and there was this nun that came in, and
Oh,
like,
this
like
one.
10
So-
minutes later, she had her bubble-ons out, was
So
whipping
you just
shaving
said,
cream off his
but you
body.
just said so many nuns work as strippers, and then you say this one.
Well,
she could have
said
been.
her name was Sister Fister.
But
Was
see,
that part of her act, or was
that-
that really who she was?
Yeah.
I would really prefer that you move off this topic because I find it offensive. It's not
Yeah.
documented by any kind of evidence.
We just got
It's
a video.
Hearsay. It's
I've got a
hearsay.
video of it. Yo, so we just want to say big up all yourselves, respect. This has been well interesting. It's been deep. It's been everything. There's been times when it's been boring. But that's life, innit?
Yeah.
And that's deep. Keep it real. And you lot out there, listen up to what has been said and think about it for yourself. Hello, Dziękuję. I come here to learn etiquette in Deep South with Helen, who professor of etiquette.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Should you be polite to all?
Yes.
Should you be polite to prostitute?
Well, yes, because, you know, that's what they do.
Yes. How much is polite to tip them?
To tip,
Yes.
usually it's 10%.
Yes.
In some places, in
For
some
handle
places,
with-
it's 20%.
For-
It varies.
For with the
Yes,
vagine.
but it is always proper to tip.
Will you teach me, please, how to be a menace?
Yes, sir, I will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now we sit on a table.
Right, look at you. You're sitting with such nice posture. I am really impressed.
Thank you,
See?
Helen.
I told you you would do it.
You say how to talk to people with different personality.
Right, we also have a dull person.
Like my wife.
Well, what you need to do is think of
She's
things,
boring.
but what you need to do is think about things to help her not be boring.
It is like
Maybe-
doing it with my sister.
Well, we were not talking about that. We're talking about, is she boring just sitting and having dinner with?
Yes.
Well, then you need to think of things that you can talk about. Maybe she's boring because you haven't done enough with her.
I
to
do
bring-
everything. I try in the kitchen. I do it every way. We look at the DVD. We try to make it ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Elsa McDowell, this is Borat,
Hello.
and this is Sims.
How do you do?
Sims McDowell, played.
Dziękuję.
Hello, I'm George Thurman.
Hello. Borat Sadir. How you say
A nice evening.
to a nice evening?
Do a nice evening.
To a nice evening.
I had a drop left.
It's good. It's good. I like. So Helen, please you tell me what you can talk about at dinner.
Okay, what you want to think about is pleasant things.
My wife is dead.
I'm so sorry.
She died in the field.
Oh dear.
It's no problem. I have a new wife.
Was it fighting? You mean in the field fighting?
No accident.
Oh.
But I have a new wife. She's nice. I like her. More than the one who gone. Yes. Can I talk about what I did last night?
Well, it depends on what you did last night. Is it something personal that maybe makes someone feel embarrassed or uncomfortable?
No. Last night, I had a sex.
I beg your pardon?
I had with a woman from Gambia. I do
Oh. In America, we don't discuss that.
but she was a nice. High five. She was.
You're in trouble, George.
Can I talk about my hobbies?
Sure. It's a wonderful thing to talk about. Again, that's getting to know a person.
Do you like a porno?
No.
This is such an interesting conversation.
But why? In Kazakhstan now, after communism, we have a lot of porno. I like it. I like a shaved pussy. Should I talk about my family?
Sure. I would share good things about your family.
My sister, she is a prostitute.
That's sad.
What?
Why is she a prostitute?
She like to make money. High five. She like to come to US and A. She can stay with you.
We'd have to see.
She is good.
I know. I know the answer to that.
I know, she is good. What if I make a smell? Should I say it's me?
No, you don't make it obvious, but if you feel like that maybe people are looking at you like, you just say, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
There is a smell.
Like
It smells like a shit.
Yes, it does.
We say a pat. When you do a pat, when you squeeze a bad smell from the whole you do a pat.
That's right.
There are also wonderful flowers that
I can do a big pat. You want to try?
I've done it.
they have great.
You want to try to do a pat?
No.
I can do.
I know that. Who cannot?
You want I
Might
can
be
do?
that no.
Can you make yourself do it?
I have one. I have one. You want?
No.
Barack, don't do it.
It is coming.
We're waiting.
No, we're not.
You want?
No.
You want? I can do. Put your hand close.
No.
We stand and say goodbye.
Stand and say goodbye.
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję, okay.
You are a fat. You are a fat. He's a fat.
I am fat, big fat, that's why I said
You are tiny. He'll squash you when you do this. Booyakasha. Diggity, check this out, because I is here with none other than my main man, General Brent Scowcroft. Him was the National Security Advisor to George Bush, who was the President of America, and also to some geezer called Ford. When you was involved in the Vietnam War, did you ever think of changing sides?
No. Never thought about changing sides.
Would you have switched sides if them would have offered you like $1,000 more a week?
No.
No, a week.
No.
Not like a year, a week.
No amount of money. Would you push your mother off a cliff for $1,000 a week?
No. What about if they offered you like top of the range Lexus, a new one, 20-inch rims, and like a massive necklace made out of bling bling with your name done out of diamonds on it? Bling, General Scowcroft, massive, bigger than Diddy's.
It wouldn't matter, because I would no longer be me if I did that.
Is fighting the most harmful thing you can do to the other side? Ain't the most harmful thing you can do is to call them nasty names?
Not really, not for countries.
Let's imagine we was back all those years ago when you was fighting Russia.
Mm-hmm.
If the president had gone over to the head of Russia and said, yo, Boris or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
stop being such a
Mm-hmm.
he would have felt this small. And because everyone would have been laughing at him, he would have gone away. End of the war.
Well, as a matter of fact, we did that.
Did you go, ugh?
Well, not you.
But what?
Well, you don't do that in diplomatic
But
circles.
did you do a kind of spaz kind of impression?
No.
When should a nation nuke another one?
That's a very good question. That's a
Right.
very good
Thanks
question.
a lot.
I would say only if it's very vital interests are involved.
Do you think America should nuke Canada?
No.
Why not?
Well, because first of all, we don't have any real significant problems with Canada.
But if you nuked Canada, the amazing thing would be the element of surprise. Them would never expect it. And then you could take all their, everything they got there.
We don't,
Horses
want,
and
we
all
don't
that.
want what they have.
Well, they must have something good up there.
Oh, they have a lot of things good. They have a lot of gold.
And
they have a lot
those
of oil.
cow things with the horns.
Moose.
All right.
Of course, but we don't need that.
If you is an officer, what is the bestest tactic in battle?
To win. The best.
What does that mean?
The best tactic you can do is to maneuver so that you surprise the enemy.
So is the bestest tactic surprise?
Sure it is.
Because that makes me think of, ooh,
Yes.
did that surprise you?
Yes.
That
And,
did, didn't
and,
it?
and when you surprise somebody, you have the advantage because you know what you're doing. And he doesn't. He's not prepared.
That's true, because I was thinking that,
Yeah,
yo,
exactly.
Did
and,
that-
and most of the great generals in history have figured out how to surprise the enemy, do something they don't anticipate.
no. I understand what you're saying because
Exactly.
Yeah, I was trying to, does you understand? I was trying
Yeah.
to surprise
No,
you.
and it's exactly that concept.
As the US got loads of famous soldiers,
Oh, quite a few.
as you met General
Yes.
Schwarzkopf. Yo.
Yes, I've met him.
Has you ever met General Motors?
General Motors is a company, builds cars.
But it was started by a soldier, innit?
No.
Is the army worried about the threat of chemical and biological weapons?
Sure.
Did they ever catch the people that sent Tampax through the post?
No, they did not. It wasn't Tampax, it was anthrax.
All right, I think there's different brand names. Like we say pavement, you say sidewalk, whatever. There's different words for the...
Well, it may be, but anthrax is the germ. Tampax is something very different.
We just want to say big up yourself, General Scowcroft. You helped us out here, and you know the interesting... Ooh! The surprise thing. Yo, the surprise thing. But we just want to say, all you lot out there, listen to the words of my man, the General. And I ain't shitting you, he really is a General Scowcroft here, because him has said enough important things about warranting. You better listen up. Don't get mashed up. Keep it real. Me know you probably can't tell me this because it is classified, but what do the letters CIA actually stand for?
That's easy. Central Intelligence Agency.
Is that your real face?
Yes. Had it for a long time.
Let's talk about some conspiracy things. Let's go back to the grassy knoll. Who actually shot JR?
Who shot JFK?
I am Boutros Ghali. Put down your gun and listen to
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.